share their experience. Not only the positive, there are also negative. Not only the negative, there are also positive. So the positivity and the negativity are collided in this online e-learning. Now let's uh, try to be in a conductive way to learn and get e-learning, says students. So there are also teachers and they are also limited in what they can do, and it never quite feels like enough. Well, students also express their it is comfortable now and but it might not be comfortable further. Well, it was an exciting experience at the beginning to start an online sessions properly, and now when it is also turning into a drastic painful session to understand things through a video conferencing lecture. Well, be it a grade school, high school or the university learners, they are having the same particular issues to attend an online sessions, are such online correction, internet connection errors, or such like Wi-Fi shutdowns, or phone lack of phone devices or the electronic devices at their place to attend the class, as COVID-19 has compelled us to stay away from the traditional classrooms, and the pandemic has also bestowed an opportunity to learn, grow through online education. And this is how students are trying to get into the new lifestyle, where they are attending online sessions in their institutions, and they not only receive an education but they also got to interact their fellow students through online session. Now we have a different student from different stream, Krishna, to give us his opinion, and he's from law college. Let's talk to Krishna and know his experiences in online learning. Hello Krishna.
Hello.
Krishna, are you able to hear me? Everything clear?
Yeah.
Yes. So tell me your experience of online classes, and if your institution is conducting or started, what is with you now?
Yeah. Hails from Osmania University, and we will be having actually orthodox method of classroom session or traditional classroom methods, and would be taught in that way. And online teaching pattern is completely alien to us, and we used to have code sessions, etc., etc., and we used to participate in moods. This used to be the this used to be a regular scenario, and during this crisis of pandemic, due to this COVID-19 and all, and they are conducting. Hello.
Yes, yes. Continue, Krishna.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay.
Yes, yes. You're clear.
Due to this COVID-19, and they are trying to implement these online classes to us, and they are introducing it to us.
Okay.
And as of now, it is completely alien to many of the students, and most of them, more than half of them, they belongs to rural or sub-rural backgrounds and something like that, and they are facing their own hardships, and some of them, they are not having any laptops or something like that, and in some areas, some of them hails from remote areas.
True.
And where there is no network connections, and they are facing a lot of trouble.
True, true, true. So, like, have your friends, like co-students and your other classroom friends or the group friends, have you are supporting them for them to attend their classes?
Yeah, we have created a WhatsApp group wherein we are sharing all the stuff that is present, that is being taught to us. And as of now, due to the current High Court, hearings or something like that, the online classes have not started till now, and they are planning to start the next session from August or something like that.
August.
Where they start the new academic year.
Okay.
As of now, we are sharing the random stuff that is present in the internet, wherein they can learn the constitutional law, something like this, contracts, etc.
Okay. So, do you think you can grasp knowledge through online classes? Can you able to concentrate for hours long throughout the session?
Basically, it depends upon the individual. If the individual, he can do his own stuff, if he is independent to do it, if he has ample of knowledge. or else if
Correct.
he knows the scenarios that are to be followed, he can do it. But I think the students that hails from rural backgrounds, I think they might face some sort of hardships.
Okay.
And currently they are opting for YouTube, and some of them they are moving to some urban areas for their online classes. And currently the transportation is also not good post-COVID crisis, and no, it's
So
something.
this is a kind of a new digital era all of a sudden. So the connection with society is completely has dropped down, and you are strict to the homes. So how do you feel?
I feel it's typically new to us, and it is completely new. And I've been working on myself. I'm getting ample of time. I'm reading some sort of scholastic stuff that is present in the PDFs in the internet. And apart from regular stream studies, we are focusing on our mental, strengthening our mental capacity, etc. You're getting ample of time. If you can use the time fruitfully, then you can make miracles. I believe that, and I'm going through a lot of Indian history and
That's a great
yeah,
point you have
contemporary.
raised. Well, that's a great point you have raised. Like coming back to your institution particularly, like the education system has a drastic change. So how your management is trying to handle that, and how they are giving you the assignments, how it is happening with you, like if you have missed out any semesters before, and if you missed out, what is the next plan, and if the management has intimated you about your next step, and how you preparing your first next examinations.
Actually, we were supposed to write our fourth semester in the month of April, and
Okay.
it should commence from April 23rd, when we have not written due to the national lockdown, which
Mm-hmm.
was happened due to that time. And later on, we were directed online. I mean, they used to share us some sort of stuff. They used to conduct some sort of online classes, and it also didn't happen. I think the management itself is in ambiguity. Something for college in Usmania, they are not well equipped with all these technological aspects. It is a
Yes.
government sponsored institute where the students are very much comfortable going to the regular classroom rather than the online system. And some of the students who are interested, who are self-motivated, they are finding their own ways to read or learn something new. Whereas that we cannot expect that from many of the students. That is the irony in this period. And I, th- I think management should take necessary steps to implement all these things. They
So
need to
what kind of
find.
steps and measures you expect that or you need to implement for students? So what are
And
your
it
demands?
also includes government, not only our management, since it is government-sponsored institution.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the apex authority. The government needs to take some sort of necessary steps, providing some sort of facilities to the students that holds at remote areas, and making them equipped with the new devices, technological apparatus, such that if they could have their accessibility in listening or learning the subject through online modem, which is drastic failure of the government here. And students, there are some sort of insurrections happening, agitations happening here and there, and the students are questioning the same. And
Well,
um,
Krishna, I have a point to ask you here. So,
yeah,
do you think we can get back to the traditional classrooms in this COVID crisis? Like, we are,
yeah.
like, the government is planning to get back to the schools, colleges, and everything in just 1 or 2 months, around 45 days. So, are you ready to get back to schools? And is that possible to handle traditional classroom with a social distance?
No. I think it is not possible in a densely populated country like India. If you
Yes.
consider the national perspective, we have around 380 persons per square kilometers. If you consider Hyderabad alone, there are nearly 18,480 persons per square kilometers. So you cannot curb this thing, and whether you believe it or not, our literacy rate is quite low. Apart from Hyderabad, Hyderabad has a literacy rate of 82%. But even though the people are not aware of all these things, and they need to follow a lot of precautions. I think this is not practical in such sort of country. I mean, ours is a densely populated country. It is not possible in our country, I think. And I think this situation may prevail for a period of 1 year, and I think the students should learn the other ways to, explore the knowledge.
Well, Krishna, how do you take this change? This virtual classrooms, like it's coming to a new normal without our any kind of special interest to start it into a digital world. But then it happened because of this corona crisis, and then it also might getting into the latest new normal lifestyle. And if you are ready to fix to the online education completely, if the government impose it.
No, it is not possible. Again, I'm telling that we have stepped into a quantum leap, and it is a great change. And some of them, they went into sort of, they became perplexed, seeing all these scenarios, seeing all these online classes, some of the students, and it's
So,
quite a change
like
that has
it
happened.
might, don't you think it might be taking a step towards a development to a new digital era?
Yeah, it is practically a sort of development.
Hmm?
But some set of people are allowing it, and some set of people are very much alien to it, And many of them hails from rural background. It is not possible for a rural kid to access all these things. Whereas I'm born and brought up in Hyderabad, so I can welcome the this change warmly.
So,
And I can
what
welcome
kind
it.
of technological aspects that we can provide to the students which are in the remote areas? Like, if you have any suggestions for the OU or the Department of Education of Telangana to provide this to the remote area students so that they can attend our online sessions. So, how we can get into the new digital world? How we can get the rural people also to the digital world?
Atmanirbhar Bharat, etc., and Make in India, etc. These are the things happening nowadays. And, India is in a transition change state currently, and I think we are not too far away from welcoming all these sort of things. Currently, in our state, there is a PDF system, public distributor system, wherein they have all the database about and information about the students and the ration card holders, etc. And they can use the data, in order to create some sort of incentives and in order to distribute the apparatus, technological devices. I mean, smartphones to the poor students. That is possible. It is not too far away. I think the government may do it quite soon. I believe that, and there is necessity to do it. As of
Yes.
now, most of the students, they were much alien to it, and I think they may question the government somehow, and the government may take some sort of initiation.
Well, getting to the digital world back, so what kind of education system they need to follow according to you? Because we had a school pattern or the educational institution pattern of around 8 to 9 hours sticking into the classroom, and teacher do changes come and go. So now, as it into the virtual world, so the education system has completely changed, and they are uploading the sessions, and the students are watching whenever they are flexible to watch. So in this kind of scenario, what can we suggest to the students to learn subject, and how many hours a student need to, like, as we had a freedom to spend our lives, so we are obviously not spending much time on the screens attending the lectures, and that's obvious with every student, and it is proven as well. And so in these times, how can a student complete their syllabus on time by spending few hours for the on screening classes?
That's it. That's a great question actually, and I'd like to address it. Basically, we are accustomed to regular classroom method, wherein the teacher used to guide the students, a large mob of students, and they used to have some sort of supervision over all the students. They used to take it as an obligation. They used to direct them. They used to stress them, etc. These were the regular patterns that are used to be followed in a regular or traditional classroom method. But right now, the days are changed. So students, they became independent currently,
Yeah.
and those who are welcoming it, those who began to think that okay, there are no one to supervise me right now, and I need to do my work in my own way, and they are doing their work currently. I know a couple of students who are spending some sort of time. I mean, if you divide your day into 4 parts, 6 4s. In that way, you can spend a period of 6 hours into your studies. 6 4s,
Okay.
24s, and if you can utilize these 6 hours, then you can make a lot of progress in your education.
Well, 6 hours is a longer time to spend our time through, like for the screens. It will be a so much time because it will definitely affect our eyesight, and it will also give us a mental stress when we stick ourselves to the screens for a longer duration. So then it will be a very challenging to uh, attend any class for 6 hours long, and then what can be done?
I know a couple of private institutions like Symbiosis and Ubindal, etc. They are practicing these methods where the student need to log in by 9 a.m. and the class ends at 5 p.m. Daily,
Okay.
it's a hectic process actually. It is very tough to practically follow it than seeing it, and a lot of them, they are facing all these lordship.
So, are they forcing students to attend this 9 to 5 login hours, or like if it is a voluntary thing for the students to attend the class, if they are
No,
taking
no,
attendance for the online classes as well?
it is actually an obligation put forth by the management over the students. These are
Okay.
the things that are not addressed by many of students, They are not coming forward to tell all these issues. Surely there is an obligation by all the private institutions wherein the student ought to attend the class session from 9 to 5 p.m. Wherein the a preceding lecturer would be asking a random student from Zoom app to answer certain questions.
Okay.
If the student is inactive from that session, he would be removed instantaneously, and it's actually a draconian sort of thing that is happening nowadays. And students are also they're thinking it's quite distressed.
Well, so how can that issue be addressed? Because 9 to 5 is a very longer hour, and why this 9 to 5 hours that institution is trying to choose? Because many of the institutions are trying to put it crisp and short for the students, just to make it interesting and learn it in seconds. But still, a few institutions like this are adopting this longer duration hours, which is like a traditional classroom. So which students will not be interested at all to attend, and this kind of forcible obligations by the management is completely not appreciated by any of the student. So if the students are still attending those classes, or what is happening with the institution, and how are the students?
No, I would like to address one more thing here.
Yes.
And, there not only there is pressure from institution,
Okay.
there is also pressure from their parents also.
Okay.
The students, they have enjoyed a lot of time. They're like a couch potato in their couch, and they've spent nearly 3 months, I think. So it's an obligation from parents' side also, and parents are also forcing their children, students,
To attend longer
if you
duration
take school
classes.
students aside, and if you take the college students into consideration, they are also forcing the college students to spend some sort of time, 9 to 5, in online sessions, such that they are, they are very much happy to see their children
Okay.
attending the online session. So they are pressurizing them.
Okay. So, well, thank you, Krishna. We'll get back to you tomorrow for the further more discussion, and we have some other caller holding on.